Hi, my name's Wayne Gramlich, and I'm president for this year. And this is Brew Robotics Club, in case you're wondering. And just like to invite everybody here. For whom is this their first time here? Only one. Okay. There's almost always at least one. So the key welcome. The key thing is
first hit of crack's always free.
yeah, well, where the restrooms are where it is. Okay, you go down the hallway, go out one hallway. You keep walking down, and when you see the elevators, you make a right turn, and that's where the restrooms are. And we are not allowed to wander this building. We are only allowed to go between here and the restroom and leave. That's it. Okay, so we're also not allowed to go around this building without a badge. Is anybody here managed to get in without a badge of some sort? Thank you. Glad. So, okay. So that's the logistics of the restrooms. Tonight is the last official meeting of the Homebrew Robotics Club for this calendar year. The reason why we don't have a December meeting is it would be basically right between Christmas and New Year's, and attendance is really bad when we do that, so we tend not to do it that time. However, we frequently do have the
sometimes annual holiday junk exchange.
And I'm going to let Camp explain
Wait,
when.
it's nothing official. I'm looking for Greg Maxwell, the host of SV Ross, and what his SV Ross plans are for December. And
Okay.
the HBRC SIG Special Interest Group tags along.
Right.
So I proposed to him to make, I should know the date, let me get the date here. December 2016, potentially the 21st, the
21st.
penultimate Wednesday.
Right.
If it happens, it's going to be the sometimes annual holiday junk exchange at the Hacker Dojo in Santa Clara on December the 21st, 2016.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the mailing list, yes?
Okay. If you're
Yes,
not on the mailing
this is
list,
where you get all of your
you need to go to
news.
HB Robotics.
So stay tuned.
Okay, if you're not on the mailing list, you need to go to hbrobotics.org and figure out how to get on the mailing list. We use Google Groups for our mailing list. Okay, and since this is the last official meeting of the calendar year, by our bylaws, we get to do the fun of voting in the executive committee for the next calendar year. Okay. We have never had any office contested in this club. It's usually we beg and borrow people to show up. So, and in this particular time, we have only 4 of the 5 offices are have people who are volunteering to take the office. I am volunteering to do president another year. Our secretary treasurer, Osmond. Raise your hand, Osmond, so people know who you are. I volunteered to do it another year. Okay. Mark Johnson, whom has got to be in here somewhere, I can't see him. Oh, there he is. He is taking over from James Nugent, who moved out of state, okay, and will no longer be attending the club. And he's going to he's volunteered to be the webmaster. And last year, our Sergeant at Arms, okay, was Ryan Hickman, who was a manager here at Google, and then he left Google to go to Toyota. And we like to have the people who are helping us reserve the space be the Sergeant at Arms, because that means they're official. Okay, and so Arthur Waite, who's probably hiding back there somewhere. I saw him earlier. He's supposed to be here. Well, whatever. He's our sponsor here, and we really like having these Google facilities because it's hard to find this space this good and free. And so we really like it. So big round of applause for Google. Thank you. Okay, now the person we didn't manage to get was program chair, which has been handled the past, we did it 3 years, right?
Seems a lot longer.
Yeah, it's really, just so everybody knows, I view program chair as the hardest position in the club, okay? And most of us who've done program chair, and yes, I have done program chair, we're very glad when we didn't have to do it anymore. It's a lot of work, okay? We don't have anybody for program chair this year, okay?
I nominate Chris Paul.
Oh, right. So I'm going to ask, does anybody here want to volunteer for program chair now? I didn't think so. Okay, so we're going to leave it open for now. I will probably backfill it in some way. I don't intend to do it the entire year, but I will do it for part of the year.
Interjection.
Yeah.
Michael Wimble for the January presentation, I think, should be available.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to
Okay.
find presentations and.
But your book, you're booked in there.
Okay, so.
Yeah, the reason is, I'm just out of ideas,
Yeah,
guys.
that's fine. You don't have to make excuses. All of us who've had programs here have been glad to say, I'm not doing it any longer. It's
Wayne,
work.
you gotta work on that sales pitch.
I know. I'm also, I like to be honest. The reason why this club works is because we have distributed the load across a bunch of people. It used to be Chuck McManus did everything. He gave all the talks, did secretary, treasurer, everything. And it got to be a bit overwhelming. So, okay. Now that you know what the officer situation, for the 4 officers that have signed up, and if you are a paid member, how many people here are paid members? Okay. You people are the people who are allowed to vote for the next round, okay? Does anybody object to just having a single vote for all 4 officers? Okay, I didn't think so. So if everybody wants to have a single vote for all officers, all in favor of the 4 officers that I explained being next year, just raise your hand. Anybody opposed? It's unanimous. Okay. Thank you for all the new officers. We're going to have a 3-minute executive meeting after the talk. So don't leave before that, okay? And so that's that. The agenda for the meeting is we do show and tell first. Then we do a 5-minute break to let our speaker do setup. And then we have a talk. And at the talk at the end has question and answer. And then after that, we break and we do something called random access. And random access just means we walk around and talk with one another because we're all friends. And you're welcome to just listen in on conversations. Don't be bashful. And then at 10 o'clock, I kick everybody out. And when the weather's nice, some of us will stay outside and talk some more until the Google guards come along and kick us out. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. It's pretty cold out there. I'm going to go straight to my car. Okay. So, how many people brought robots for show and tell?
I have a couple bits of clips.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot something. Yeah, come on up. I forgot to have you do ever so important summary of our finances. Here we go.
So every year when we do the elections, we like to give a summary of how the club is doing financially, because we do have some money in the bank and we do take in money from dues. People often ask, well, what do you do with all that money? So I like to let everybody know. So at the beginning of the year, we started with $2,300 in our bank account. Our sources of income this year were mainly dues, as it is every year. This year we had 75 paying families, and dues are $10 a year. Dues are optional for those of you who are new. So that was additional $750 that we made. We also made $50 from ads this year, so that's a new thing that we started a couple years ago. Not as a money-making scheme, but more to kind of control the spam that goes out on our mailing list. So we started charging $10 if you wanted to put some kind of ad for your business, for your Kickstarter, maybe you're hiring people. So we charged $10 for that. So we had 5 people do that this year. So we made about $800 total this year. Expenses. We don't have a lot of expenses in the club, but there are a few things. For example, web hosting, $15 a year. Miscellaneous fees like postage, some PayPal fees, that's $20. Our main expense this year was a badge printer and materials for printing the badges. That was $135. That's all the expenses we had, and so we ended up with $3,000 in the bank. So that's how we're doing.
Isn't there insurance?
Pardon?
Isn't there insurance?
No.
You want to?
I can explain. We are something, okay. This is a slightly technical issue. We are something called a California Unincorporated Association. Okay, and that is a very small section of California legal code that allows us, for paying $25 to the state, to become a legal entity, okay? And it allows us to take on contracts, and it provides a very limited liability to the club. And so we, in fact, do not do insurance, but because we're a club and we always require that club members go to or outfit situations as a club, we get covered by the insurance of the outfit that we go to. So like at Maker Faire, they are covering the insurance for us. So that's our primary one that we go to. Likewise for Robo Games, they're doing the insurance. So that explains, hopefully that explains how the insurance works.
And why you should be a member.
And why you should be a member, yes.
Are we getting new badges? Is that-
Yeah, if you're paid up
Yes,
member.
I have you're paid, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so
He's
I have
got-
a badge for you.
So-
I started handing out the badges, I think it was October,
Right,
so you haven't been here since then.
yes.
Is Google supposed to accept these badges?
Oh, okay, the Google badge situation has been fun. We used to use the guest badge things and we just broke them. Okay, there were so many people coming, and both Ryan and Arthur had to deal with these long lines of people trying to get through the Google badges. Eventually, Ryan negotiated with somebody in Google security that if we had a badge that it didn't look like a Google Get badge and had our club name on it, that we could use those badges instead. And so that's what we do. Okay, so
They haven't gotten the word yet.
sometimes not all the guards know about it, so we have to work at it.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure that we let them know,
Yeah,
that I or a Googler lets them know when we get here, and then there's no problem.
then there's usually no problem. Last time, we didn't get the message through, and it stalled for about 10 minutes. So we work at it, okay? Given how much we're paying for the space, nothing we can put up with it, right? Okay. Yes?
As a member of the dojo, I could invite you to use the space there.
Okay, Camp, he's a member of the dojo, talk to him.
I know, John.
Okay, fine, yeah, of course.
Okay, I have one more piece of club business. As Wayne mentioned, the success of the club is due to a large number of people who contribute their time and effort to make the club successful. It's not just the people who you see up here talking, but there's a lot of other people who are involved. And I just wanted to take the time to recognize one member of the club who has been tirelessly working for many years to make the club successful and really provide a valuable service to everybody. And that is the person taking the videos right now, and that is Bill Spangler. So I wanted to present to him this certificate of recognition for providing such a valuable service, not only to our club,
Suitable for framing.
but to people really around the world who watch watch our videos. There are quite a few views on our videos, and I want to thank you very much, not only with your certificate, but I also have a $25 gift certificate to Bay Area Robotics, which is club member Al Margolis's business. It's a local business that sells robotic parts and everything from, electronics to soldering irons. So this might not look official, but it will be accepted. I verified with Al that he will take that. Again, thank you very much, Bill.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Did you get
It
that
is
on
working.
video?
Okay, so what we're gonna do now
He's blushing and
is
it contrasts with that green shirt.
show and tell. Okay, and Cam, would you be willing to do show and tell for me?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
No
I'm
problem.
gonna delegate show and tell to Cam.
All right.
Thank you very much, Cam.
All right.